is Miss Harkins, and we are back for another intervention day. So this is today we are going to be dividing rational numbers. Remember, a rational number can be a fraction, a decimal, a mixed number, an improper fraction. It can also be a negative or a positive, but today we're just going to be worrying about fractions, decimals, mixed numbers, and improper fractions. Let's go ahead and get started. So we went ahead and made our paper, right? We're going to go ahead and split it up. So just like yesterday, we are going to convert things to decimals and we're going to convert things as fractions, okay? We're going to solve it both ways because remember, fractions and decimals are equivalent of each other. It doesn't matter which way you want to do it as long as you are confident in your solving. So we have 25.25 divided by 1 1/4. So for this one, we're going to divide decimal and decimal, okay? So my 25.25 is going to go inside my house, and then I have 1 1/4. Remember, this 1 1/4 can be converted to 1.25. Remember, I do not want decimals on the outside, so I'm going to move it 1 twice, and I'll move this twice, okay? Bring my decimal up top. So I should have 2,525 on the inside and 125 on the outside. I'll put my decimal here so I know. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Now, I am going to be completely honest. I do not know what my 125s by heart, so I'm going to go ahead and make a top and bottom chart. So one of them would be 125. Two of them would be 250. Three of them would be 375. Again, I'm just using repeated addition. And then four of them would be 500. But let's go ahead and start solving to see. So I know that 125 cannot go into 2. It cannot go into 25, but it can go to 252 twice. Subtract that's 2. Bring down my 5. Now, can 125 go into 25? No, it's too small, right? So I need to make sure that I have the 0 here. Because 0 times 125 gets me 0. So now I need to go ahead and bring down another 0 because I still have 25 left over. 125 can go into 250, we said twice. So my answer here is 20.2. We can also do this with fractions. So we have 25.25 divided by 1 1/4. Remember, this can be converted to 25 1/4. So 25 1/4 divided by 1 1/4. First thing we can do is we're going to take our mixed numbers and convert them to improper fractions. So we multiply the bottoms and add the tops. So 25 times 4 is 100, plus 1 is 101. Divided by 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. So remember, when we divide, it is also the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. So this is saying 101 over 4 times 4/5. I like simplifying my fractions to make my numbers smaller. So 4 divided by 4 gets me 1. 4 divided by 4 gets me 1. So now I should have 101 times 1 over 1 times 5. So I get 101 over 5. But now I want to take my improper fraction and make that into a mixed number. 5 can't go in a 1, but 5 can go in a 10 twice. Bring down my 1. 5 can go in a 1 0 times. But this is still my remainder. So this makes 20 and 1/5. 20 and 1/5 is the same thing as 20.2. They are equal to one another. Okay, so now let's do another one. So we have 13.5 divided by 2 1/4. Okay, I can still make them into decimals. So I can do decimals divided by decimals to make them the same. So that would be 13.5 divided by 2.25. Remember, I cannot have decimals on the outside. So I'm going to move my decimal places 2 times so I don't see them anymore, right? So that I can make a whole number. So this makes 225. And so whatever I do on the outside, I need to do it to the inside. So I'm going to move it 1, 2. So this makes 1350. I'm going to be honest. I do not know my 225s by heart. I don't have those memorized. So I make a top and bottom chart. I know that 225 gets me 225. I know 2 of them would get me 450. I know 3 of them would get me 775. I know 4 of them would get me 1,000. Okay. 5 of them would get me 1, 2, 2, 5. And then 6 of them would be 1, 4, 5, 0. Okay, but I'm going to pause right there. I'm going to start dividing. Okay, so I know that 225 cannot go into 1. It cannot go into 13. It cannot go into 135. But it can go into 1,350. It can go in there 5 times. I can subtract. This makes 10. This makes 4. So 10 minus 5 gives me 5. 4 minus 2 gives me 2. 3 minus 2 gives me 1. And then 1 minus 1 gives me 0. Okay. This is what I have left over. So I'm going to go ahead and add a decimal and a 0. I'm going to bring that 0 down. $2.25 can go to $12.50. Four times. Oh, wait, no. Not 4 times. I'm sorry. 5 times. Because it's 1, 2, 2, 5. Okay, I said it could not be 1,000 because 1,000 would be too small. This would be the next one. Okay, I subtract. I can't do 0 minus 5, so this makes it 10. 4. So 10 minus 5 is 5. 4 minus 2 is 2. Okay. 225. Oh, I have 25 left over, so I'm going to add another 0. 225 can go into 250 one time. Subtract. I'm going to stop there because normally I only need 2 numbers behind my decimal point, okay, because I'm going to just keep going and going. So my answer is 5.51, roughly, okay? Again, we can do this as decimals as well. So this would be, not decimals, I'm sorry, fractions. It's been a long day, y'all. So we have 13.5 divided by 2 1/4. So this would be 13 1/2 divided by 2 1/4. Remember, I'm going to change my mixed numbers into improper fractions. So 13 times 2 is 26 plus 1 is 27. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9. Remember, when I divide, I want to multiply by the reciprocal. So this is 27 divided by 2 times 4/9. Okay. Personally, I like to simplify. 9 divided by 27 is 3. 9 divided by 9 is 1. We have 2 and 4. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. And so when I multiply that, 3 times 2 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. Okay, so there is some kind of error here, right? It's not just me. Something's wrong here. Let me see if my top and bottom chart is correct. It's 25. So 2 times 2, that's 10. 5, 450, that was correct. So 225 times 3, that's 15, 7. And you know what, you guys? Miss Harkins made a mistake. Miss Harkins made a mistake. This should have been 675. So 225 times 4, 8, 9, 10. This should have been 900. So then 225 times 5, 10, 12. So this should be 125. 1125. So then this should have been 1350. Man, oh man, oh man. So I should have done. So 225 cannot go into 1, can't go to 13, can't go to 135, but can go into 1350 6 times. My answer should have been 6. Man, why didn't y'all tell me that I made a mistake? That's okay. See, I'm human too. See, I get mixed up in my division too. That's why I like fractions, personally. All right, Let's try another one. If you ran out of paper, you need to get another sheet of paper. So we have 6 4/5 divided by 0.68. Remember, we can divide it with decimals. And so this is 6.80 divided by 0.68. And so can I have decimals on the outside? Nope. So I need to move it 2 times. So I should have 68 divided by 680. Okay, 68 cannot go into 6, but it can go into 68 one time. Subtract that 0, bring down my 0. 68 can go into 0 10 times. So 10 is my answer. Let's see how it is with fractions. So we have 6 4/5 divided by 68 over 100. 34 over 5 divided by 68 over 100. Remember, we are multiplying by the reciprocal. So this is what it turns into: 34 over 5 times 100 over 68. I can simplify. 5 divided by 5 is 1, but 100 divided by 5 is going to be 20. Okay. I can also simplify 34 and 68. 34 divided by 34 is 1. But 68 divided by 34 is 2. So now I'm going to multiply. 1 times 20 gets me 20. 1 times 2 gets me 2. What is 20 divided by 2? It is 10. So 10 matches both. Remember, fractions and decimals are just equivalent of each other. Okay, you guys, that was your mini lesson. All right, now you are practicing. If you want to check your answers, you are welcome to check your answers. Okay, remember to analyze and do all your strategies. Okay, so it says Finn paid $9.80 for 2.5 pounds of chicken wings. What was the price per pound of chicken wings? So let's go ahead and analyze. So we have $9.80 for 2.5 pounds of chicken. But we want to know the price per pound. Okay, so we are dividing. So we have 980 and 2.5. Remember, I cannot have decimals on the outside, so I'm going to move it once here, which means I'm going to move it once here. So I should have 25 on the outside and 98.0 on the inside. All right, I do know my 25s. So 125 is going to be 25. 2 of them would be 50. 3 of them would be 75. 4 of them would be 100. I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to see what I can go ahead and divide with. So 25 cannot go into 9, but it can go in 98 3 times. Subtract. Give me 23. Okay. So I'm going to bring down my 0, bring up my decimal. Okay. 25 can go into 30. Let's see. 8 of them, 8 25s would be $2. 9 of them would be $2.25, right? Subtract. That's 5. Bring down another 0. 25 can go into 50 twice. So it was $3.92 per pound. Okay, my next one. Which of the following expressions is the same as 4/5? So we want to know the same as 4/5 divided by 8/9. So we have A, B, C, D. We know that when we divide, it is the same as we multiply by the reciprocal. So we know that my 4/5 stays the same. My division changes to multiplication, but we're going to do the reciprocal of 8/9. So the reciprocal would be 9/8. So if I look at my answer choices, they did not change their division sign to multiplication. So A cannot be my answer. B, they went ahead and did the reciprocal of 4/5, but remember, we only did the reciprocal for 8/9. They switched the numbers for C, and so D is my answer. But it's also asking us to solve. So let's go ahead and solve. I can go ahead and simplify. 4 divided by 4 gives me 1. 8 divided by 4 gives me 2. I can go ahead and simplify it. So now I can do 9 times 1. 9 times 1 is 9. 5 times 2 is 10. And so my fraction is 9/10. Okay, my next problem says a soup recipe calls for 375 cups of mushrooms. So let's see. We have our analyze. So my recipe calls for 3.75 cups of mushrooms. A chef has a 1/8 cup to scoop. How many scoops? Okay, so there's two ways we can solve. We can either solve with fractions or we can solve with decimals. So we have this pot that's 375. So this is my total. And each time they're taking a scoop out. So this is my measuring cup. They're taking a scoop out of 1/8. So remember, my equivalent decimal to 1/8 is 0.125. So I can keep taking things out until I get and do repeated addition that way. So, or I'm sorry, not repeated addition, repeated subtraction. So I can do 3.75 minus 0.125. And I can keep going and keep going and keep going, right? But repeated subtraction is just what? Division. So I have 3.75 divided by 0.125. I have three numbers on the outside, so I'm going to move it 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to move this 1, 2, 3. So instead, I have 3,750 divided by 125. 125 is 125. Two of them is 250. Three of them is 375. Okay, so three of them is 375. Subtract, that's 0. Bring down my 0. 125 can go into 0 times. And so I get 30. Let's also see if I use fractions, if it gets me the same thing. So we know that 3.75 divided by 1/8. So that's 3 3/4 divided by 1/8. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 3 is 15, divided by 1/8. Remember, this is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. So I can simplify this. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 8 divided by 4 is 2. So 5 times 2 is 30. 1 times 1 is 1. So I still get 30. Either way, y'all. Okay, now it's time for you to do your exit ticket and you can check your answer. Okay, so we have 0.820 divided by 0.2. Okay, I can move that one time. So I have 2 on the outside and then 8.20 or 8.2 on the inside. 2 can go into 8 4 times. Subtract that 0, bring down my 2. 2 can go into 2 one time. Don't forget that decimal. So I get 4.1. I can also do it with fractions. So this is technically 82 hundredths divided by 1/5. So the same thing as, remember we multiply by the reciprocal, so 82 over 100 times 5 over 1. I'm going to go ahead and simplify it. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. 5 divided by 20 is 20. So we have 82 times 1 is 82. 20 times 1 is 20. So I can go ahead and put this inside my house. 20 can go into 82 4 times. Got 2 left over. So this is 4 and 2/20ths, or 4 and 1/10, as I can simplify it again. And that is also what I got here. Okay, you guys, that is it. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.